What's the matter with you, Nelson?
Good evening and welcome to this evening's meeting of the Fairmont School Board. It is Tuesday, August 22nd, 2017. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, all present. Minutes.
I would make a motion to approve the minutes from the August 8th, 2017 school board meeting as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. The agenda, no changes. Take a motion.
I move to approve the August 22nd, 2017 school board meeting agenda as presented.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. We move on to celebrations. Kim Ness.
Thank you for allowing us to come and speak to you guys. And what we really want to talk to you about and talk to the community about is our back to school conferences and Cardinal Night that we will be holding next Wednesday night, August 30th. And we started this 3 years ago, and our goal is just to continue to improve this, continue to grow this, and we would just love to see our horseshoe full of our students, our parents, and our community members for this night. So again, next Wednesday, August 30th, we will start the day from 12 to 5. We'll be holding back to school conferences. But all of these conferences have been pre-scheduled for that time frame. So we have communicated with the students and the families who will have these scheduled conferences. We communicated at registration and also sent letters to them. And then at 5 o'clock on that night is really when we kind of transition into what we're calling Cardinal Night. And some of the activities that we'll be holding from 5 to 6 o'clock in the Horseshoe area, we'll be hosting a community tailgate along with an student activities showcase. And what we do is we line up the Horseshoe. We have over 40 tables set up because we have over 40 different activities throughout the school year that we have available for our students to participate in. So we have all of the coaches or advisors along with the students and participants of those there at the tables, giving information about the different activities. So we really want to encourage families, students, and again, just the community members to come out to that, check out the table, see what we have to offer for our students. It really is a spectacular event to really see all of the tables, all of the students, at that time there, and, again, to see what we offer. Jane Gustafson will be there selling season passes for the year, and also the Booster Club will be holding a tailgate during this time, so food will be available for purchase. We're just unaware right now of the who will be hosting that. So they were meeting last night with Matt, but we will have food available during this time. We're also, during this time, we have one new student activity this year that we're not going to say because it's part of a drawing or a contest that we're going to be holding. So if you can identify the new activity that we will be having this year and fill that out on a card with your name, and if you're drawn with the correct activity, you will receive a free season pass. So that's kind of a little contest that we'll be holding during that time. And then Andy's going to talk about what else will be happening from that 5 to 6 time frame.
Yeah, also while our activity showcase is going on, we will hold, Mrs. Niss and myself will be holding 2 sessions in the Performing Arts Center from 5 to 5:30 as well as from 5:30 to 6. Those will be parent informational session to help explain and coordinate with our parents in terms of what some of the initiatives are that we're embarking on this year and going into the school year. Topics that we'll discuss along with the parents will center around personalized learning and some of the flexible learning environments that will be added to the junior, senior high school atmosphere this year. So some exciting things going on in our building, and we're looking forward to having that time to discuss some of those topics in an open discussion with our parents and families, and students as well are welcome to come to the Performing Arts Center either at 5 p.m. or 5:30. It'll be the same information during both of those time frames. And we're running both of them the same so that parents can also, along with their students, take part in the activity showcase and not have to miss out on anything and make that choice during that time frame.
All right, and then at 6 o'clock, we will move into our Fall Pep Fest, and that will be held from 6 to 7, again in the Horseshoe area. And we will showcase all of the fall sport participants and the activities that we hold in the fall. We have over 400 of our students registered to be part of a fall activity. So it's wonderful to see the number of students taking part in those activities, and they will all be showcased at that time. We'll also introduce our new staff to the junior, senior high school at the kind of conclusion of that Pep Fest, so people can start putting some faces with some names of our new staff members. So that's from 6 to 7.
And then at 7 p.m., the time that we've typically held our 7th grade orientation, we will continue to do that. We're also including the 8th grade at this time. Our 7th and 8th grade teachers are really excited about some things that are coming for the 7th and 8th graders. The 7th grade teachers are looking forward to welcoming the 7th graders and their parents to the junior, senior high school. And our 8th grade teachers are looking forward to sharing some of their thoughts and ideas and things that they're excited about moving forward. So again, from 7 to 8 p.m., approximately the first 25-30 minutes of that will be held in the Performing Arts Center to meet the teachers and to learn some things of what's going on with the 7th and 8th grade moving into this school year. And then the latter half of that will be for students and families to walk through their schedules, refamiliarize themselves with their lockers, and to also meet and greet their teachers during that portion. So half of that will be in the Performing Arts Center, and then the latter half will give those students time to gather in their class areas and walk through their schedule.
Yeah, and then same time frame, that 7 to 8 for the high school students and parents. We'll be holding kind of two separate things. One of them will be just to allow them to, again, meet the staff. They could, the parents can go and meet any one of their students' teachers during that time. All the teachers will be at their classroom to meet the parents. We had received feedback from our Parent Advisory Council that they would like to, have the opportunity to meet the teachers. So there'll be a meet the staff from 7 to 8. And then also from that 7 to 8, I will be in the commons area, kind of holding a round table for any parent or community member. Again, I really want to stress that, even if you don't have a student at the school, please come and take part in this. But I will be at a table in the commons taking any questions, kind of maybe as a follow-up from that 5 to 5:30 time frame, or suggestions, ideas, anything that you would like to, feel free to share with me regarding the school. And then we'll finish up the night with,
Then at the end of the night, as a follow-up to the activity showcase from earlier in the evening, we'll do our drawings for activity passes in the Horseshoe area at 8 p.m. And the neat thing about that is, people that stay throughout the evening enjoy all the festivities. They're eligible for that free activity pass, and encourage people to take part in that. One additional thing that's kind of neat that they do during the Pep Fest too is they unveil what the fall musical will be. So that's kind of a neat thing. Our Performing Arts Department lets the community know what that will be for the musical, which is held in November. So another addition, exciting thing that takes place that night. So we're looking forward to a great evening and hope to get great attendance once again this year.
Must be present to win.
I know. Yes.
In
In the past, we have.
Can you tell everyone again what date that is?
Yes. It's Wednesday, so a week from tomorrow, August 30th, from 5 to 8 o'clock in the Horseshoe area. And if we would get rain by chance, we would move it into the gymnasium. So kind of use the gym in the commons at that point. So Yeah. Any other questions?
Kim, the conferences in the afternoon, what's the format? Are those individually scheduled or?
Yeah, we scheduled them, actually, we kind of select the students in the spring, from last year, and then we set those up, and so, it's really the student and all of their teachers is the format, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's, they have their whole team there with the parent and the student for those conferences.
Okay.
Yeah. So we started that 3 years ago, and we've gotten really good feedback from that, from the students who have participated in those conferences.
And then if parents and students want to meet individually with teachers, that they have that opportunity in the evening.
They would have that 7 to 8 time frame
Right.
to, do the open conference kind of format.
Okay.
Yep.
Any other questions? Sounds like an exciting day.
Yeah, hopefully you can all make it as well. So thank you very much.
Superintendent's report.
Alrighty, first of all, the pink calendar, just to point out some additional dates. First of all, tomorrow, August 23rd at 8:30 in the morning, the Staff Development Curriculum Committee will be holding their annual meeting that will start at 8:30 at the Bud Room. And that usually is a day-long meeting. They usually are there from 8:30 to 3 or 8:30 to 4. And the Staff Development Curriculum Committee will kind of set the tone for the rest of the school year for curriculum issues. Let's see, on Monday, August 28th is the opening session of all staff, and that will be held at the High School Performing Arts Center. And there is a very specific schedule that Judy distributed to all the board members today. But morning refreshments will be from 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning. And then at 8:15, Dr. Rodriguez and I will be doing the welcome of all the staff. We did create a video of all the 10 new faculty members, and I actually reviewed that today. That was put together by Gemini Studios, and they did a great job doing that, and I think we'll be pleased to see those videos. I am getting extra copies made for the administration, so you can have those at each site. So you can show those throughout the year if you so choose. The staff picnic, of course, is also on Monday evening, August 28th at 5 o'clock, and that will be held at Gomsrud Park. And then the following week, the day after Labor Day, September 5, will be the first day of school for students in grades 7 through 12. And on Tuesday, September 5, and Wednesday, September 6, elementary students will have back-to-school conferences those 2 days. And on Thursday, September 7th, will be the first day of school for students in grades kindergarten, first, and second grade. And then I do have an email I want to distribute to the board. This is from Mike Dietz, and Mike emailed me the other day, and I have extra copies here for the news media. If you could pass those over to them. Mr. Dietz contacted me just the other day. He had noticed that in the previous school board meeting, we had acknowledged the different donations that the booster clubs have given to the sports teams. And he wanted us to publicly acknowledge the fact that the Fairmont Soccer Association has donated heavily this year. They have purchased new varsity uniforms for the varsity soccer teams, both the boys and the girls. In fact, I was at the elementary school last night when the students came and picked up their new uniforms, and they looked terrific. But they purchased 30 pairs of shorts, 30 red away jerseys, 30 white home jerseys, and 2 keeper jerseys. By the way, the keeper jerseys, one is orange and one is bright yellow, I believe. And anyway, that totaled $6,664.23. Also, they purchased socks for 128 students that are playing soccer this year for a total of $1,367.18. And I just received this the other day, and I wanted to bring that to the board's attention so that we want to certainly thank the Fairmont Soccer Association for their wonderful donation. And our students will at least look great, but I think they're also going to have a great sports team too. So we're looking forward to lots of victories. And I just want to express a thank you note to our custodial staff, our buildings and grounds staff. You know, this is the time of year that the final touches are being put on all the buildings and getting ready for the school year. And You always know that the school year is getting close because that's when the buildings and grounds folks start waxing the hallways. And that's an indication that all the classrooms have been deep cleaned and all the restrooms have been deep cleaned, the kitchens. And both our buildings are just looking terrific. And so I just want to publicly thank our custodial staff, not only the people that are with us full-time, but, you know, during the summertime, the district employs a number of former students of ours that also work with the buildings and ground staff. And we've just had a great group of students that have come back to help our buildings and ground staff. And once again, we want to thank them. You know, it's so important for students to come back to a building that not only looks good, but is great. And so once again, thank you so much. That's it.
Thanks, Joe. And we have financial business. Sue?
Tonight, we have on the agenda to approve the wire transfers from August 4th through the 17th and the payment of the August 22nd bills. So you should have before you a wire and transfer sheet from that August 4th to August 17th. During that time period, we paid our health insurance. We had made our P-card payment of $46,000. We'll look at those details here in a moment. We received from the state of Minnesota some MA funds of almost $67,000. We received our testing reimbursement from last school year for advanced placement tests. And we received our August 15th IDEAS payment, which is the way the state pays us for like our general ed aid and some other things it's called in that IDEAS payment. And we receive payments the 15th and 30th of every month. Okay, any questions? Okay, so at this time of year, we're still paying invoices for the 16-17 and the 17-18 school year. So you should have two registers dated today, August 22nd. The register that begins with Fairmont Cardinal Booster Club is the register from the 16-17 school year. So we're still making a few payments there. The last one is for a tuition payment for a student that's attending elsewhere. Any questions on that register? Can move to the one then dated the same date, August 22nd, but begins with Arnold Motors, and that's for the 17-18 school year. Just have a few to bring to your attention. Check number 6131 made out to Culligan Water Conditioning. This is for 2 additional bottle refilling drinking fountain stations that are at the elementary. So now we'll have 4 at each site. Check number 60,139 made out to Herf Jones. This is for new choir robes that have been purchased for our high school choir, junior, senior choir. And check number 60,149 made out to Metro Sales. This is for 2 folding machines. So there'll be a folding machine at the elementary and at the junior, senior high school. Questions on that register? Then you have, I believe, another register dated August 3rd, which is the P-card register. And so that same dollar amount is what was on the wires and transfers. Some of the things on the P-card are, you know, repeat things that you'll have every month, like waste management and Verizon. Then there's some registrations for some administrators. The third payment down is to EMC insurance companies, and this is our first payment to EMC for property insurance and our work comp insurance. We pay them 4 times a year. Any questions on the P-card register? Okay, and prior to the meeting, Julie and I did review all of the registers and wires and transfers.
Okay. If anybody has any questions, if not, I would then make a motion to approve the wire transfers for August 4th, 2017 to August 17, 2017, and payment of the August 22, 2017 bills.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you, Sue. We have no old business, 1 item of new business, truth and taxation.
Yes, every year we have to set a date for the county to give them notice of when we need to have our truth and taxation hearing. And this year, Tuesday, December 12th will be the day that we will have that meeting. It will be held after our regular scheduled school board meeting. And by law, we're required to hold this meeting after 6 p.m. So just to make you aware of that. And so I would make a motion to approve holding the truth and taxation hearing on December 12th, which would be a Tuesday, after 6 p.m.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Nothing in personnel, so we move on to board committee reports. Curriculum policy, Dal?
Curriculum Policy Committee minutes are from Thursday, August 17th, and we had many things that we talked about. First was the honor musics class. The high school music department faculty submitted a proposal for an honors music class for the band, choir, and orchestra. This would be taught during the regularly scheduled class by providing a comprehensive music curriculum for students that qualify for an enhanced curriculum. The estimations are that 40 band students, 10 choir students, and 15 orchestra students would participate in the honors music class, and the curriculum committee approved that request. Next, we talked about the ELA CIS composition class update. Cindy Johnson provided an update on the language arts class offered to the high school seniors. Students that take both semesters may earn 6 college credits. Composition will be taught during semester 1, and intro to literature will be taught during semester 2. It's anticipated that most students would take both classes, even though they have an option to take 1 semester of CIS language arts and then 1 semester of a regular language arts class. Next, we talked about the ELA Honors 11 class update. Cindy Johnson once again provided an update on the Honors 11 language arts class by providing a syllabus including the reading list. The curriculum committee thanked Mrs. Johnson for her comprehensive and curriculum work, and we also would encourage parents to be very involved in all of this and be aware of what your kids are in and doing, because these are great opportunities, some that haven't been offered before, and they're wonderful opportunities to grow as young adults. So be involved in that as best you can, and that will make it all even better. Next, we talked about changes to the high school student handbook. Principals Niss and Trado presented revisions to the high school handbook regarding unexcused absences and detention. Since the handbook is no longer published in a printed form, it's available electronically and it's available immediately. The policy committee approved those revisions as well. Next, we talked about the grading policy update. Principal Niss and Trado provided an update on the grading policy at the junior high school. Grades now will be recorded on a semester basis rather than quarterly. They distributed documents describing the grading parameters and the grading practices. And we also had an update on policy, the eligibility policy for activities by Principal Niss and Trado. And there are some changes in those. And finally, we talked about the weighted grades for PSEO. New legislation requires our school district to list the courses that qualify for weighted grades. Currently, Fairmont High School has weighted grades for honors classes and college in the school classes. Fairmont High School does not give weighted grades for the PSEO classes. We talked about a lot of other things, but I think that was enough to update the folks on.
Very good notes. Next committee, superintendent's evaluation. Nicole?
Yes, every year the school board does an evaluation. We actually call it a superintendent performance appraisal of Superintendent Brown, and this year we did like we always have, and overall the performance appraisal was very positive. And as a board, we feel that our district is very fortunate to have Superintendent Brown with us. He's very good at leading contract negotiations, networking with other districts, businesses, and the community. And he's very informed about current legislation, and he has a good open communication with our current legislators and with those who might be coming to be our current legislators. His overall leadership of Fairmont area schools is recognized and appreciated. And this year we did something a little different. We discussed as a board kind of what we thought might be some goals that Superintendent Brown would have, but then we asked him to come up with goals based on the feedback from this performance appraisal and to come up with his own goals. And they were very much in line with what we as a board hope to see this upcoming year, and many of them, or at least some of them, are things that we've been working on and just a continuation of those goals. To highlight some of them, we have the new strategic plan, which is a big deal in our district, and as a superintendent, he expects himself, and we as a board want him to take the lead on that, and we look forward to implementing that and going through that. It's a multiple year, multi-step process, and he is going to take the lead on that. He also is going to continue to be the lead in negotiations. He is also going to closely monitor the implementation of the individualized learning project, which our principals at the junior senior high school talked about tonight, that we have that open forum and meeting with that's available to parents at the Cardinal Night Out. He's going to continue to work on fiscal accountability and stay within budget. That's always a big thing for our district, and we've, due to leadership from Sue Nelson and Superintendent Brown, we've been very fortunate that we're able, right now we're at our goal. Actually, I think we might be almost exceeding it for having number of weeks budgeted as secure in our district. He also is going to continue to seek out grants for special projects. We also are looking at academic achievement promotion and possibly, I hope I'm not giving anything away, implementing a National Honor Society program at Fairmont High School, and also implementing a gifted and talented program in grades K through 8. Those are two very specific goals that we'd like to see accomplished this year, or at least started this year. And we also, he also intends to meet with local legislators to discuss education policy and be very proactive with education legislation, working with MSBA and MREA. Those are just a few of his goals. He's a very active superintendent, and as I said before, we, as a board, feel very fortunate that we are able to work with him and that he leads our district so well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else for this evening? I entertain the motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Wow, 25 minutes.